Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to the OG Network. Welcome to the show. Ryan's opinion don't matter. And just for those that are on the live, make sure that you number one, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also check out that 15% discount on all your purchases of top to bottom hair and skincare products from $35 and up. Make sure y'all check them out. They make really, really, really good hair care products, skincare products, and candles. I use their products all the time. I enjoy it. I love it. They just, top notch in my opinion. And I thank them for giving the opportunity for the fans and for the people that watch the show and follow my channel. I appreciate them giving them the opportunity to purchase a product at a 15% discount. All they have to do is enter in the promo code of OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. And with that, you get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more. And now let's get into it. Money moves. I already put up in the chat IBM and I put in there CVI. Reason why I put those two in there is because they're two of the stocks that I'm looking at today. I did put a little bit of money on one, which was CVI, but just a little bit just to see, just to tap onto my average cost, trying to bring it down some. And understanding that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say is not advice for you to do or sell or buy anything. What it is I'm just telling you what I would do, what I might do, what I should do, what I could do. That's all. For entertainment purposes only. But anyway, let's get into it. But yeah, that's one. There's two of the directions that I may go today. And anybody that follows my channel know I love to talk about money, as far as investing go. The only thing I love to talk about more than money is God. Really, that's the truth. I can sit down and have a conversation with somebody that has the same beliefs that I do, believe in God like I do, and that's the one thing I can sit down and talk for hours. But outside of, not that it's outside, technically outside, but other than that, talk about money, finances, investments, is near and dear to my heart too. Also, and that's why I get on these type of subjects and stuff. But those are the two things that I'm literally considering. One, I put a little bit of money in, the other one I didn't. And I always talk about investing. This is as a means of encouragement. Some people don't like that. Some people don't understand that, you should invest. Like, this is not me telling you what you should do, but I'm just saying, I think, in my opinion, that if you're a person that lives in the United States of America, I'm not speaking in no other country this time out here, and you really, really deep dive into American and how the system works and how investment works, you will be encouraged to do so. I always say to people, if you're complaining about your financial situation, you're not happy with it, then you should change course and try to figure out a way to overcome the cost of living. And if you don't, the cost of living is going to overcome you. One way or the other, you're either going to be, again, a victim or a beneficiary. I've been buying this stock for a little bit, and I'm still probably going to end up buying more. And I'm going to put it in put this one into the chat too. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. But NOG, I got a lot of money in energy companies like gas, oil, fuel companies, gasoline, Shell, Sunoco, NOG, all the XL, PXs, and whatever. Across the board, I put a lot of my investments are in companies like that. I do have stuff invested in real estate investment truck. Excuse me, y'all. I just ate some potatoes from the Dunkin' Donuts and they messing with me a little bit. And I do have money invested into real estate investment trust. And So people that be like, oh, what do? And then I spread out. I really do. I love to spread out my money. I don't like to put my money in one place. I'm not gonna be that person to put all the eggs in one basket. And I do everything that I can possibly do to try and avoid this is a real estate company, and understanding that the ones that I'm putting in the chat are companies that I own, I have investments in, and pay out some form of dividend. I believe all of these pay you every 3 months, which is every quarter. But I own stock in every single one, and I'm in the red right now. So let's say somebody was looking at that stock and saying, you know what? Let me look into this. And if they would decide to start purchasing at the time right now, they would actually be buying it cheaper than I originally bought it for. That's the point that I'm making. Once again, people don't read the room. What's up, light switches? Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I appreciate what the dude Nick is doing. But unfortunately, this is not the topic of this conversation. But you know, it is what it is. This is money talk. And yes, politics have some effect on. Actually, has a lot of effect on your money, your outcome of your living. People take that lightly when it comes to investment, when it comes to how politics play a part in it, and end up becoming more of a victim. And so, yeah, I get the point of Nick, and I'm not going to read the other part, but I get your point. But make sure you hit the like button. But for me, that's where I don't. Sometimes I don't think people they refuse to read the room. They see the guns and they see the flag and they think that that's the only thing you can talk about is politics. And although I do that, but that's not where my all my focus is at. I mean, God first, my family, country. Politics have a play a part because I know that your decision making when it comes to politics does have effect, and sometimes it can be detrimental to your livelihood. So I always tell people you need to pay close attention. Stop listening to bad advice. That's all it is. You know, I hear people, and I mean, I get it. They understand you're going to argue with people, you're going to debate with people because people going to have different opinions. But that's what you're supposed to do. That way you both have a better perspective. That way you have a better perspective of life. Yes, I do know Jesus. And I appreciate them. I appreciate the fact that you asked that question. But yes, let me clear that up a little bit better. Jesus Christ is and always will be my Lord and Savior. Let me make that a little bit more clear. But Ryan, I appreciate you. Please hit the like button for brother. Appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, that's those are the ones that I'm looking at. IBM, I'm considering maybe putting a little bit more money there. CVI, I already did. NOG, I've been buying more, but I haven't bought no more today. SLG, I got some already, still looking at it. These are things that are already in my portfolio that I have that pays out some form of dividend. And this is my way of overcoming the cost of living and overcoming inflation by purchasing, investing in the companies that pay out some form of dividend. That way I increase my income over time. Ryan, how you doing? Please research crypto XRP is below its all-time high. Yeah, I do have money invested into XRP. Actually, me and a few team members, I call them team members, but have money invested in there. And keep an eye out for Ripple. Yeah. I'm not heavy in crypto. I am more of a dividend investor. Um, I consider myself more of a dividend investor. I keep my money. I like the idea of the income. So that's why I stick there. But I do take some risks, and when it comes to, so I always eat on my live. So y'all deal with it. But I do take the time out, and I do have money invested in some level of crypto. Just for the sake of you just don't know. And do I follow crypto hard? No, but I do invest in crypto. You got to understand the risk with crypto too, because you can it can drop very, very fast on you. And if you can't stomach the long term of things, you might not want to go there. I'm not saying what you should and should not do. I'm just saying, with me personally, I've learned. Yeah, I know they do. I have Ethereum. I do get the IM Stack and Solana. I use them both. And I got money sitting there through the Stack program. I like that idea better because I'm a holder. So I'm testing the waters of it now. The world away from here. 95. God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Again, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate y'all if you haven't already. The world away from here. Thank you for taking that little section out of there and making that one for me. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I added that into my other playlist, and it's in my rotation. And I've been burning through that song every day. But I appreciate y'all. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, please check out The World Away From Here. She does a lot of music, what I call music collaborations and stuff on her channel. And it's awesome. I love it. And awesome. And I listen to her music a lot. And it's in my rotations a lot. And I appreciate it. I appreciate her creativity and what she's doing with it. And plus, she's part of the YouTube family. We all been, supporting each other's channel as much as we can over long term, and it's been a while now. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, they ain't the only one I like, but I appreciate you pulling that one out for me. And it's funny that I had it in my head that I was like, maybe I should ask, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I appreciate you, Brian. I really, really do. And Brian, just so you know, if you really, really are informed with crypto and stuff like that, and you think one day you might have something to offer, you're welcome to come on the show. One day, Fridays is usually where I talk about finances. But if there's something you feel like you want to verbally add to the show, Brian, and you feel like you're comfortable with it, you're welcome to come back one day and join the show, and I'll send you the link, and you can come in. Just I have to see your face in order for you to do that, but that's your choice. I mean, we're building a YouTube family over here, group of people that we all support each other's channel, and we do it. We just have fun with it, really do. I mean, but God bless you, brother. Yeah, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. But this one, I wanted to tell y'all a little story about investing. And this is a horror story. Not really a horror story, but it's a horror story, kind of. This is why I say sometimes you have to be able to stomach stuff. And I'm getting ready to give y'all what I consider a horror story. All right, so I just put this stock in the chat, IEP, right? And I bought this stock a while ago, and this is why this is a lesson learned. Even though I still have shares of it, I'm still buying it, and I'm still going to hold on to it long term. But I just want to get into this because this is where I tell you sometimes you got to be able to stomach stuff. So a while back, and I'm going to switch this to 5 years ago, and right now, next stock is at $7.44. I want to tell you the story, if you're willing to sit back and listen to it. A while back, that stock, back in 2023, was $52 a share, right? Some crazy news came out about what's going on with the company, whatever, and it was a massive sell-off. It sold off to the stock dropped to $20. And that's when the shorts came in. Eventually, the stock went back up to about $30-something, and then they started shorting the stock again. And I mean, they was hammering this thing. And now to this current day, that stock has dropped down to $7.44 today, right? Now I own the stock and I've had it. When I had it, in my opinion, quite a bit. Now, I did not, when I seen what was happening, I sold off. And I waited till it dropped. When I seen it drop at like $20-something, I ended up putting all the money back. Good thing is I didn't lose a whole lot of money, but I ended up increasing my position. I think at the time I might have had 15 shares of it. I sold it off, and I bought it back, and ended up with almost close to 30 shares, and then I bought a little bit more. Anyway, I'm sitting on 30 shares of it right now, which ain't much or anything, right? Now the company still pays out dividend, but at that time they had a massive dividend, which was the first red flag for me, is the amount of dividends they pay. But I said, you know what? It is what it is. I'm a risk taker. I don't care. Eventually, the stock dropped. And I put it in the chat, which is IEP, for a reason. Now, they still pay out dividend, but it's a third of what it used to be. They used to pay almost $2 a share every 3 months. Now it's 50 cents. Well, the last time I got dividends was 50 cents a share. And some may say, well, why don't you, if it looks that bad, why not get out? I'm a risk taker. I waited and I didn't buy no more. I was waiting for that stock to settle down and see what the number is. Now, I've been buying a little bit more. My average cost right now is sitting at $13.59, which in my opinion ain't that bad. Now, because I've held on it for so long, I've been collecting a lot of dividends off that company. I've held on it for quite a while, and I've been collecting a lot of dividends off that company. And I can tell you, just within 1 year, I've probably collected $100 and well over $100 in a year. But over the time that I've had that stock, I probably collected easily $300 in dividends. All right, so the reason why I say that is because this is why I like dividends for me personally. This is why I like using dividends as a means of investing. Even though I'm down 45% when I look at that stock, but if I go back and I started calculating all of the money that I had collected in the company in dividends, it offsets the amount that I'm down 45%. So I probably right now will be more likely breaking even. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of like dividends. Now, of course, the stock price is down, and I had every intentions of buying more. Some may say, are you willing to take that risk? Now I asked, yeah, why? Because that's investing. Now, I seen it stabilize. I seen the earnings. They seem to be performing a little bit better than they were. They do a lot of different things. IEP is like a what do you call it? Enterprise. Carl, I think his name is Carl something Enterprise or whatever. But anyway, it's an enterprise. So they do a lot of energy, food, clothing. They do a lot of everything. Supply a lot of different everything. So it's not one particular thing. But overall, I'm getting, like I said, it didn't look good. I was getting, hold on one second. The level of immaturity that these people come in here. You can't come in here with something sensible. Don't come at all. I used to be nice to people, but if you can't read the room and have something meaningful to say, and I just, at this point, you don't waste your time, because you're just going to get deleted and you're going to get banned. And you can create the thousands of accounts that you want to create to keep on talking about your nonsense, but some people are just so immature they need to grow up. But it'll never stop me from doing what I'm doing, because I enjoy it. God is good. And I suggested you probably should go find and get a relationship with Jesus Christ. Because if you can't do something as sensible as, you know what, let me just go see what this is really going on. and ask a simple question of, oh, you know what, let me hear the name. And the only thing you can do when you come in on somebody's channel is to say some crazy stuff out your mouth. And I think you really do need help. And you might be so far gone that the only thing that can help you, which I believe is probably the only thing that can help you, is Jesus Christ. And you're going to need it. Because I never understand why. Like, I understand, I'm a jokester. I joke, I laugh, I put kid around. But I know that there's time for everything. What's up, Swooper Man? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. I know that there's a time and a place for everything. I mean, but this ain't the time, nor is the place. So go get help. But yeah, anyway, back to the story, what I was saying about IEP. And I was getting my behind handed to me. Like when I say I invested and where's that? And I'm down 45% on that investment. Now, here's the thing. The last time I've been collecting dividends, it still paid me 50 cents on my every share that I own. The last time it paid me out. And I just bought some more while we were sitting there talking. I literally just bought 5 more shares of it. I'm only mostly trying to lower down my bring down my average cost. Sometimes I'll sell a little bit, but I just hold. And my hope for that particular stock is that if I hold it long enough, it'll eventually recover to the point where it might be back up to $30, $40, $50 a share. Who knows? If the economy starts to thrive better, and it goes back up. There's no guarantee, but I'm going to keep buying. And my hope is that I can rack up enough. My plan is always to try to get to 100 shares, depending on, how much that company, the value of the stock is. But my first plan is always $500 investing into a company, then $100, 100 shares, whatever comes first. Whatever comes first. But give me a second, y'all. Please listen to this 30-second commercial from top to bottom here at Skincare. They offering a 15% discount if you put in a promo code of OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. If you put in that promo code, top to bottom hair and skincare products, if you spend $35, you get a 15% discount. We're going to run the commercial and we'll be right back after the fact.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Yes, and don't forget to take advantage of that promo code, which is OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26, and you'll get 15% discount off of all your purchase of top to bottom hair and skincare products, from $35 and up. And if you're not sure how to find the website, if you're on this network and you hit the more button, you will see inside there the link to their actual website where you can make the purchase. You can go directly to their website. The actual link to their website is in my channel on my channel. If you go in and hit more, and you'll see where the link says top to bottom. You just click that and it'll take you right to their website. But back to the money. Those are so far my next moves. Here's my next moves, and there's a lot of stuff that I own stock wise that I've been investing in. The reason why I stick to this, and then, like I said, I bought more of that. I'm trying to lower my average down with that. I've collected a good amount of dividends since I've been buying that stock. And that's my hope, is that it goes back the other way, which is the very same thing that I do over and over. But we'll see. I mean, I just bought some more of it because yesterday was a good dividend night. Or not? Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. The last 3 days was pretty good in dividend collecting, because what I do is I just reinvest the dividends either in the same company or I will reinvest it somewhere else, depending on what's going on. And this is one I'm getting ready to buy some of too. And I'm using Robinhood for those that don't know. So some of these companies, if you depend on what you're using, if you're looking them up, you might not be able to buy it there. But I'm using Robinhood. So when I mention these company stocks, this is what I use. This is where I do most of my money. I do have money invested in the Cash App. I do use Webull. I do use other platforms, but when I'm talking and I'm doing my lives, Robinhood is the one that I actually use. That is the first platform that I started using to invest in, and then I extended myself to other ones because I don't like putting all my money in one place, and I don't want one entity to have control over all my assets as a whole. So therefore, I decided I'm gonna use some other platforms and have my money in different places, so I have different access to my money overall. You know what I mean? Because you never know, stuff happens. You know, things. These apps have fools act up. Things go weird on them sometimes, and I don't like having my money in one place. And therefore, if something happened, I got access to other forms of means of getting in touch, getting my hands on my money. If something was to happen other than one place, one platform. Now, how's everybody else is doing? Hopefully y'all having a blessed day. Hopefully y'all having a wonderful day. I'm probably gonna be here a while. I ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all gonna keep me company. That's what y'all gonna do. Nah, I'm just acting the fool, but yeah, for those that, the children that comes on here, that's why I had to do it. Sometimes you gotta deal with them, and you gotta. I know they hate the fact that I'm banning them now because they usually come to my lives all the time with the childish stuff, saying little stupid stuff, and I just got to the point where I said, you know what, I've been more than nice. They can't be respectful. They can't, they can't read the room, and they ain't trying to read the room. So I just start banning them, deleting them. I don't care. It's not even, you can unfollow. They can unfollow me. They can go somewhere else. It don't really matter. I'm not, I'm not making a big deal out of it. They can do whatever it is. I do what I do, and but I've been. FEPI. This is another one I've been really. This one pays dividends every single month. Like I said, this is not a suggestion for anybody to buy, sell. But I've been buying a little bit more than that here and there. Hey, what's up, Leah? How you doing? God bless you. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. God bless you. Welcome, man. Welcome, man. Please hit the like button. Appreciate you very, very much. I haven't seen you in a while, Leah. Hopefully, I know you had a lot going on last time we heard from you, but hopefully, all is going well in your life, and hopefully, God is blessing you and taking care of you, and your family is doing well. And that's real talk. What's up, D? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Same to you. Same to you. Same to you. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, but you got to come back out of hiding, Leah. Yes, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad y'all doing okay. God bless y'all. Really, I'm dead serious. God bless you. I'm back to what I was saying. FSK. I've been buying more of this too, and I'm still in the red with these ones. All the ones that I put in the chat, I am in the red with. And you want to say, well, why would you buy more if you're in the red with it? Where does it stop? Like I said, it doesn't stop with me. It doesn't stop with me. I'm gonna keep going. Billa said, what is your New Year goal? Other than my first New Year goal, again, is always to try to get closer to God, and that's an everyday goal. It ain't really a New Year's goal. But this year, outside of that, my relationship with just trying to be closer to God, is I want to make an attempt to double the value of my investments and double the income that I get from my investments. That's my plan. Don't know how that's going to play out. Don't know how that's going to really play out, but that's like outside of just getting closer to God. That's my real plan, is that try to double the value of my investments, and therefore hopefully double the income that I get back from them. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a goal this year, a certain dollar amount goal, and by the closing out of the year, and I missed it. I know they probably like, oh, I want to hear a good story. It ain't a good story. I missed it. But I missed it by very, very little. Yeah, I do invest in tech stocks. See, here's, and I'm not saying that I know everything, because this is not about me knowing everything, but I'm gonna tell you what. A while back, and I was talking to, and I kept telling people that I knew, I was like, I'm buying up anything that says semiconductors. That was my strategy. I did not care. I said, I know they need these semiconductors to do a lot of this technology stuff. So I'm going to start buying up companies that are, AI, semiconductors, stuff like that. And that's just what I started doing. I kid you not, I'm glad I did. Now, the reason why I say I'm glad I did is because almost every single one that I bought, I am kicking behind right now with. And I bought this a while ago, but again, I know people don't like to talk about politics, but when I hear it, and this is the reason why I listen to what they're saying, so I know what it'll help me in my decision making of what I'm going to do. And when I hear certain things, it almost helps me to decide, not 100% decide, but it helps me in my decision making when it comes to investing. And just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about is, I'm gonna name a few. Qualcomm, and if you don't know who Qualcomm is, they make a lot of the intricate parts that cell phones have, and they're in the cell phone industry. They make semiconductors and stuff like that, right? I purchased that company. Average share was my average cost is $119. I'm up 45% on that investment when I originally purchased it. Chris Entanglement, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I like Donald, but Jesus Christ is king. Heck yeah. And the two ain't even close. Jesus Christ is definitely king, and the two ain't even close. But I like Donald too. If you're talking about Donald Trump, I like him too. But I dollar cost average. Real talk, I dollar cost average. Billy, that's my move is the dollar cost average. It all depends where I'm gonna start out. Like, here's the thing: like a company like right now, what I mentioned, which was Qualcomm. If I go through and look at the history of it, and I see that the stock price is really, really high, but I do want to add it into my portfolio, I'll just put $1. I put $1 in there, add it into my portfolio, and I just patiently wait for moments where, if I see the stock price drop drastically, and then I'll add more. And of course, that's dollar cost averaging here and there. So that's my play. If I see that the stock price is extremely high, I go look at the graph and where it was historically. I usually look at 5 years. The last 5 years is where I look at. And I say, in the last 5 years, where was the stock price high, where it was low? I don't look at 1 year, I look at the last 5 years. And then I go from there. I just say, okay, 5 years ago it was this high, this and that. And then I'll say, okay, it might be a little too high, but I do want to add it to my portfolio. So I drop $1 there, and that'll put it in my portfolio. And then every day when I look, I'll just see if it's dropped hard. If I see a hard fall, then I'll add a few dollars more, add a few dollars more, add a few dollars. And I'll just keep working it that way. And that's what I do. So when you say, do I dollar cost average, the answer to your question in the short term is, yes, I do. What's up, Unknown Penny and Oil? Appreciate you coming in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. You don't care that Trump is making it hard for everyday people. It ain't hard for me. It's actually become a lot easier. I'm explaining to you why it became a lot easier for me. Number one, I see illegal immigrants not being brought into the country no more. So therefore, he shut down the border and he's getting a lot of these legal immigrants out of here. The reason why I say that's not hard for me and also not hard for America, because if you're if you're American citizen, when they remove these people out of there, that opens up opportunities and doors for American citizens to take jobs. So I can't imagine how that could be hard for American citizens. The other thing is this, is that they're going after energy and they're trying to bring down the energy costs. The gas prices and stuff has dropped down dramatically. So therefore, your cost of fueling your vehicle and stuff like that has come down some. Actually, it came down a whole lot. The other thing is, since he's gotten control over the United States economy and made it more balanced, therefore the interest rates are starting to come down because he's doing it responsibly. So when you say making it harder for everybody else, you're not making sense, because if you pay attention to what's going on and you're an American citizen, all of those things are to your benefit. If you own a vehicle and your gas price is cheaper, that's to your benefit. Now, here's in the long term how that also starts to play out. What you don't understand about business is this. If businesses have been struggling for a long time, you're not going to see food prices go down fast. You're not going to see certain things go down fast, because a lot of these companies now are in recovery mode, meaning we got to recover a lot of the losses and try to get ourselves out of the financial dire that the previous administration more likely put them in. So, therefore, when you look at it that way, before you start to see food prices or anything, the first thing that they have to do is they have to start to rebuild their cash reserve, meaning put some money away, cash reserve. Therefore, and then when they see that they're in a better position, then these companies could possibly start lowering the prices of production and stuff like that. You can't just turn around and lower prices irresponsibly, irresponsible, and then think you're going to survive that. No, there's a whole lot of stuff that happens in the background before you can actually see the prices of a lot of stuff be affected by this. Now, the other thing is making it actually beneficial to everyday citizens, since you brought up the subject of that, is that I've been paying attention to car prices, and I've noticed that the vehicles of the car prices have starting to drop. Why? Because a lot of these car dealerships are not able to move vehicles because they were too expensive and they were inflated. Same thing with property prices. They were inflated. So therefore, when you make the interest rates high and you slow that market down, eventually in the long term, you'll start to see the prices of stuff start to come down. So, and on the flip side of that, for me personally, since I'm going to make it a little bit more clear why it's been more beneficial to me, my portfolio since Trump has gotten in office and won in office, the things that I had invested into has increased dramatically. I've seen almost a 20 to 25% increase in the value of my investments because of that. Because of that. Gas bills are going up in Ohio. Then you need, listen. Now here's the other thing. This is how retarded y'all all sound when y'all say this stuff, because you don't know what you be talking about. Again, immigrants did not hurt the workforce. That's a lie. That is a whole bullcrap lie. I'm explaining to you why it's a lie. Immigrants was working on these jobs and they were working under the table. How was that adding to the structure, the tax structure of America? So while American citizens are going to work and paying taxes and stuff, the immigrants are working under the table. So therefore, they're working on jobs and they're getting paid under the table, and they're not adding to the infrastructure of this country. See, I know what I'm talking about, and I know y'all all love to come here for this stuff, and y'all not talking to somebody that don't know what they're talking about. So I know what I'm talking about because I pay attention. I pay attention. See, you don't understand. You listen to hype, and you are one of those people that listen to the news and stuff and the media who lie to you 24/7, and y'all ride with that. What's up, RJ? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Well, if you pulled out, you an idiot. I hate to say it that way, but if you pulled out of your 401k when Trump got in office, something was wrong with you. You missed out dramatically. What you should have did was when Trump said this would be a good time to buy, you should have been buying. Because he threw everybody, every American citizen, when he said it was a good time to buy, he threw every American citizen a bone. And you know what happened? People like you who got panicking. So I didn't. I bought. I followed what he said and I bought. And guess what happened? I see the increase of all of that. See, this is where y'all don't even make sense when y'all say y'all stuff. So if you sold out and you listen, you only lose when you sell. Why would you sell your stocks if you're down low? What is the rule? Buy low, sell high. Ain't that simple? So why would you sell when you in the red? You took that loss. That's not Trump's fault, your fault, because you took the loss. But I was losing money. Again, you sold at a loss. That was your fault. You wasn't patient enough to wait it out to see the increase come back. So that's your fault. That's not Trump's fault that you did it. You did it. Listen, y'all. I'm sitting here right now. My portfolio is right here in my face. And my thing is this. My portfolio is right here in my face. Every time I go live, I have my portfolio right here in my face. And I literally, if you go back to any of my old videos, when I was telling people what the Trump administration was talking about and what was going to happen and why I was going to keep investing and why I was going to go the way I was going to go. And if you did not go that route, that's on you. Now, I'm explaining to you something about Ohio. Since we're on the subject of Ohio, you live in Ohio, right? Now, Dope Boy fan, let me explain something to you. I own stock in the water company in Ohio. I own stock, and I think it's York Water, or is it, what's the other one? I think it's York Water y'all have up there, right? Is it York Water in Ohio? What's your water company? I know it's not American Water. I think it's York Water or something else. So, Dope Boy, what is your water company in Ohio? And what is your energy source in Ohio? Who's your energy company? I can't remember the name, but I know I got stock in them. I'm gonna help you out. Cleveland runs your water department. Who runs your energy department? They're getting it from somewhere. So you live in Cleveland. Where's that stock at? Okay, yeah. All right, so now I'm getting ready to help you out, Dope Boy. Go buy their stock because they pay dividends. Go buy their stock because they pay dividends. And if you collect enough the shares in their stock, you can offset the cost of your fuel cost, your energy cost. That's all you gotta do. Take some of your little bit of money, whatever you got, and keep buying energy companies. There, wherever you spend your money, go invest in that money somewhere else. Go invest where you spend your money at. That way you get it back in the form of investment going back into your investments. But I guess Cleveland has it, but I know that I think it's York Water or something like that. All right, there you go. And hopefully your tenants are able to pay you. Hopefully your tenants are able to pay you. But again, Trump inherited that mess. And that mess was bad. It was real bad. And so you're not talking to somebody who don't know finances. You're not talking to nobody that don't know what's going on. I do. I make it affordable so they can pay. That's good business. That's good business sense. That's good business sense. But hopefully you're making some money in that too. But the main, and let me explain something to you. I'm in real estate. I have real estate. I do. And when I laugh when people say I make it affordable, right? When they say I make it affordable, okay. Again, if in Ohio they start raising the property tax, Is that your fault, or is that the people in Ohio's fault, the politicians in Ohio fault? Because which one is it? If they raise the taxes in Ohio, property tax, whose fault is that? And what happens? How much of that do you stomach before you have to pass that on to your tenants? And if the cost of repairing your property goes up, how much of that do you stomach before if you move the cost of that to the tenants? If the cost of maintaining your property for your tenants starts to go up, how much of that do you stomach before you start to funnel that over to your tenants? Because at some point you're not going to be making no money. So how much of that, when you say you're making affordable, it ain't but so much you can make affordable, because you don't have the power to just make it affordable. That's my whole point. If the property tax goes up and the energy cost goes up and the maintenance goes up and the material goes up and everything else goes up, at some point, you don't have to pass that over to your tenant, because you're not going to be able to stomach it no more. So it's not you making it affordable. Totally on you. Is it totally on everything that's happening around you? Ohio is currently proposing to cut property tax. That's great. And hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. But let me tell you something. I've been through Ohio. I got family in Ohio. I got family in Cleveland. I got family in Akron. I got family in Canton. I got family in Alliance. I got family all over Ohio. And Ohio's a mess. And if I dare them talking about raising it, that's just a selling point for you to keep voting for the same idiots that's never going to do it. And that's cool. I agree with you. That means you were smart enough to position yourself to where you can stomach it. I don't buy stuff too expensive. I'm very, very patient. And hopefully, but I'm going to tell you something. The average person not going to be able to do that. Okay, so Leah says, I'm sorry, let me go back. Correction. Dwayne signed the bill that capped the increase. It did not cut anything. Oh, really? Did not know that. Thank you, Leah. Can you explain dividends, please? Okay, I'll get into the dividend and leave the other subject alone. Michael, appreciate it. So when you start explaining, as far as me first, the dividends is this. Let's say we're going to take Walmart as an example. If you own shares of Walmart, because you're a shareholder, Walmart every quarter, every 3 months pays out a form of dividend, which is a small amount of money. It can be changed based on the amount of shares that you own. So if I own shares in Walmart and I hold my shares and I don't sell it, and they announce that they're going to be paying out a dividend based on the shares that you own, you'll get a small little portion of dividend that they'll pay out every 3 months based on the shares that you own at Walmart. Now, I own stock in Walmart. I own stock in Target. I own stock in a lot of places. I get dividends almost on every single day basis, because these are solid companies that not really, they're not going to be companies that's going to grow, because they probably kind of peaked off, but they pay dividends based off of the profits that they own to the shareholders, meaning because they are publicly traded companies, you have the ability to purchase the shares. You have the ability to purchase the shares. So if, let's take, for the sake of, so me personally, I invest in the stock market. I invest in dividends for the sake of the income, meaning that I am literally purchasing income. So when I go, like I own stock in Sunoco, and I own stock in Shell Company. I own stock in a lot of these different companies, that gasoline companies. All right, so I want to give you a scenario why I go this way. If I spend $300 a month fueling my vehicle, and I get $300 a month in dividends from all of the, in total, like it ain't at one time, it's in total throughout the month, and I get dividends from all of the companies that I have in fuel vested in, at some point I'm not paying for the fuel, even though I'm paying it at the pump. Eventually, that money filters through the economy. When I get the money that I got invested in these companies, they pay it back to me in the form of a dividend. Now I can either take that money and go spend it, or I can take that money and reinvest it either into the same company, or I can take that money and invest it into something else, another company. So my point is this: is that I'm a long-term investor. I hold on to my investments. I keep collecting dividends because I look at dividends like property. Long as I got tenants and long as I own that property, I'm getting some type of rent. So that's why I invest in dividend stocks, because I look at it as collecting rent every time they announce their dividends, what they're going to pay out, and I get some type of money out of my holdings as far as the companies go. And then I just keep recycling the money. So therefore, even though I'm out here and I buy gasoline, and if I'm spending $300 a month in gasoline, but I own enough shares in all these companies that's giving me back $300 a month in the form of dividends, which is actually just cash paid back to you because you're a shareholder. Am I really actually paying for the gas at the pump? Yeah, but it also comes back. So I do the same thing with the water companies. I own shares companies in water companies, electric companies, gas companies, real estate companies. I own stock in everything. Why? So that the more I keep investing in these companies, the more the money starts to filter through the system, and eventually it goes into my it filters into my investment account, and I just keep recycling the same situation. Yeah, you said you got rich on the Democrats. Yeah, I mean, that's a good possibility. Most of the time, if you get rich on the Democrats, it's because you got a bunch of people that are Democrat politicians, and what they're doing is you part of their cronies, the ones that they look out and then you grease their pockets down the road. So if you're one of those people that got rich on the Democrats, that means you up close with these politicians, up close and personal, and they showing you different stuff, and then you got to grease their pocket down the road. So I wouldn't brag about that. Because, see, I grew up in the city of Philadelphia, which is Democrat stronghold. I know exactly what these politicians do. What's up, Fat-tatular? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I know you already subscribed, but for anybody else, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very, very much. But, yeah, I live in the city of Philadelphia, and I know what these politicians do. They will stronghold people out of their property, and they look out for their cronies to try to grease their pocket. And what they want is some money on the back end. So I wouldn't brag about so much getting, because Democrats are thieves. They know how they have been masters at driving up the cost of living in these cities and in these towns to drain people out of their wealth so that they can continue to control it. You're right, Leah. Yes, please hit that thumbs up. Now listen. Now for those that are on the live, understand this. Oh, do me a favor, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And just so y'all know, there's a company out there that make good hair care, great hair care products and great skincare products. It's called Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. And what they're offering is a 15% discount for anyone that uses the OG Network. That's OG Network 26. You get a 15% discount on all your purchases. Now I'm getting ready to run a 30-second commercial. And as I run a 30-second commercial, I will be right back in 30 seconds. So y'all hang in there. We ain't going nowhere.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Parking wars. Hey, I carry in my pocket. Let me see. Sean says everyone should carry even in their pockets. Are we talking? When do we get on the subject of firearms? Anybody tell me about this? Yes, make sure y'all hit that OG Network promo code, 15% discount off of all of your purchase, $35 or more. That's top to bottom hair and skincare. Sean says self-protection is super improvement. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Look, check this out, right? Check this out. Real talk. Y'all know I'm an advocate for the firearms, and my thing is this. You know what, Jay? I know you on here, Fat Chatula. We're gonna have to do a segment later on today, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to get into it, but we really got to talk about the way we carry our firearms. The way we carry them. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a person that cares for. I agree with open carry law, but I don't agree with actually open carry. Like, that's me personally. I think that could turn into a recipe for a disaster, because when people can see what you have and they got bad intentions, they might get a chance to get their hand on your firearm before you do. But yeah, we can talk about it tonight, bro. Real talk. We can talk about that tonight. Yeah, real talk. We can. Yes, Leah. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that promo code. But for those that are on this live, tonight we got Firearm Fridays at 7:00 p.m. And this is what me and Fat Chatula is talking about. And anybody that want to get into on the subject, please come back at 7:00 tonight. And we can have a conversation about Firearm Friday, and because the topic came up about carrying, where in your pocket and stuff like that, and so we're gonna get into that conversation later on tonight at 7:00. And I'm we're gonna make that part of the show. It might not be the whole show, but we definitely gonna make it part of the Firearm Friday show, because as we can see, Sean, I noticed you bring the conversation up, and hopefully, Sean, you get a chance to come back later on, and we can really get into that topic of conversation of being. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. I believe in carrying. I mean, now, I think you should be a little bit aware of how you carry, but we'll get into that conversation. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I think we should. We get into it later on. We will. I appreciate you, Sean. I appreciate it. Real talk. I appreciate it. I really do. Appreciate it. I'm not homophobic. Anyway. Yeah, try to be there, man, because I honestly, I love, listen, gun talk is, that's my world, too. I mean, we can talk about money, we can talk about finance, talk about pop, but gun talk, all of this stuff is affected by it and affected by politics, too. But we can definitely talk about that, have a conversation about, maybe what's the best way to carry, how different people carry, what people carries out, how different people carry their firearms and stuff like that. So I think that's definitely going to be a topic of conversation for later on today's 7:00 later show. Firearm Friday sounds good. Yeah, we've been doing the show for a little bit while. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, my man, Fat Chatula, me and Fat Chatula are usually the ones that does the show. But my man, Justice Runs on Diesel, came in there, man. And, oh, my God, he stole the show. My man, his knowledge of firearms and his knowledge and his experience, man, we had both of us flabbergasted. I immediately became a student, was like, nah, I want to hear more about this. But yeah, man. So Justice Runs on Diesel, he came in, and man, I love this knowledge. I love this insight, man. And he was he was on point, man. That's all I got to say. No, it's cool, Sean. It's cool. Yeah, Jesse was on point, man. Leah, I don't know if you got a chance to, but oh, okay, Leah, no problem. But Leah, if you get a chance to, I know you got busy and you got you got a lot of family, raising family and stuff. But if you get a chance to come back later on at 7:00 and check out the Fire on Friday show, Real talk. But yeah, like I agree. Lawfully, I agree with being able to open carry or conceal carry. I prefer conceal carry. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I personally prefer conceal, not open. That's the difference. I prefer conceal. But we're gonna really, really deep dive into that conversation, man. We're gonna get everybody's perspective on why they carry the way they do, what do they like, what they don't. But man, like I said before, my man Justice runs on Diesel, man. Whoo, man, it was a great show. And if you get a chance to go back and look at one of the I think maybe the last two shows. I think so, whatever, but it was real good. Yeah, he did. It was funny. But and the funny thing is, I'm not going to say I agreed to this because I really didn't say anything. But when he started explaining it a little bit more, he made me understand why he said it was better. Because at first I was like, I don't know about that one, Justice. But then when he started explaining it more, then I also started to recognize that, okay, now it made more sense to me. Because at first I was just like, I don't know what you talking about, Justice. I was like, what's that? What's happening? What's the show? He's like, what you talking about, Willis? I can't think of the show right now. Okay, great, Leah. Great to see you back. Great to have you back. I understand. I mean, I understand. But great to have you back. Real talk. Yeah, yeah. Jay, like I said, I was at first I was just like, what you talking about, Willis? But then when he started explaining a little bit more, I understood. And he wasn't trying to say everybody could. That was the whole thing about it, is that he wasn't saying everybody, he said him. And when he explained his training and stuff like that, then it started to make a little bit more sense. So he didn't say that he gonna 100% guarantee, but he the way he explained it, it just made more sense to me, and it was like, okay, that's why it was more of a preference for him than anything. Appreciate you, Leah. Really do. Oh, okay, no problem, no problem, Liam. Yeah, listen. Honestly, a lot of the reasons why I got away from a lot of real estate is because of the bull crap. And if you have property in Democratic ran cities, a lot of what they're doing is just destroying that industry where you just don't want no parts of it no more. And that's just me personally. Yeah, it was. A business that removes dog poop. You know what? I'm gonna put it to you like this. Sean, when it comes to running a business, I've been in business for myself, and one thing I always tell people is this: just don't. First thing is don't jump out there cold turkey, and don't go run yourself up in a bunch of debt trying to do it. Be mindful. Figure out a way, the cheapest, most inexpensive way to get started in your business and be consistent and be the best at what you do. Don't so much focus on the money as it means as more as you should focus on the quality and the quality of what you do for whoever it is you're doing it for. Make sure that your work always stands out beyond everybody else. I don't care what it is. Make sure your work stands out beyond everybody else. No one has to know. No one's going to have to. If someone mentions Michael Jordan, you know who Michael Jordan is. Not because Michael Jordan played basketball. It's because Michael Jordan was one of the best basketball players ever out there in the game. That's why. And so if you're in business and any type of business, the key to business to me is that you stand out. Make sure that you are providing a service better than any. Try to provide the service better than anybody else. If you do that, the money will take care of it. Yes. I'm trying to figure out how to expand. I see now. I know you say you're in business, and I think how to remove dog poop, but I've never heard of nothing like that. And I'm probably not the one to give you it, to be able to, because I can't speak to that because I don't know that, like the animal world like that. I don't know that. I just know that. And overall in business is that the key to business is make sure that whatever it is you do is better and stand out than anybody else. And I mean, if that's what you do, move poop, make sure that don't leave no evidence of poop ever being there. That's the only way I can say. Make sure you leave no evidence of poop ever laying there. Yeah, I do a lot of that. Lee, I do a lot of talking to people outside of YouTube, but go lay you. You need to learn how to speak English. Learn how to spell first. Yeah. I, I'm not the only person in my family that does real estate. Most of my family members have done real estate, and they still got few that's still there. I just don't. I think when you have real estate, you need to be mindful where you're buying these properties at this point, because, like, I take the city of Philadelphia. The city of Philadelphia comes up with little creative ways to try to extort people out of their property by draining their pockets with little stuff. To make sure it's so complicated and hard for you to make money off of a tenant. And then New York is probably going to end up there soon too, based on that mayor and what this stuff that's coming out of his mouth. If he's able to accomplish anything that he's saying out of his mouth, New York is going to be decimated because they have no idea how it is to run a business. Far Creeper, what's up? God bless you. Yes, in my world, Jesus Christ is Lord. There y'all go. How much a week for picking up poop? Sean, what state are you in, or what city, if you don't mind? Yeah. Let me tell you, Sean. The one thing I always say is this: is that your first level of advertising is make sure you're wearing your business on your body, meaning that you should have shirts and jackets and stuff that wears your company. It should be on anything that you wear. It should be advertising your business. That's where I always start. I start with me. Like, here's my point. See that right there? That's my YouTube page. So if you have a business and that's what you do, make sure all your clothes have your business and wear it as often as possible. Because that's the one thing you don't have to do is you're average. You are a walking billboard. And then you need to talk to Jay and probably talk to Leah too. And honestly speaking, I've never heard of that, but I actually think it's a good idea. I mean, I would probably. Like I would probably try to set up. If you know there's places where people get their property pooped on a lot, you know what I mean? I would try to get a contract with people. Say, listen, you pay me monthly. I come around on a daily basis to check your property for poop. Like let's say somebody decide they say, you know what, I want to. You can set up a monthly rate, right? And you say, no, I come by your house every day to check for poop. You pay me monthly. You never had to worry about poop. I come by your house every day, and I would just map out my road map. And every day I get up, I make my poop rounds. Or if you see poop, and if I come by there and there's no poop, and you miss, and for some reason somebody come poop on your sidewalk before after I left, send me a call. We'll be right back to get rid of that poop. And you have a monthly fee for it. I don't know if that will work, but I'm just saying that's just a thought. Oh, okay, you cool. That's always my first thought is use yourself. Yeah, because you can probably get some contracts like that. Now, Sean, do you have a truck or do you have a car? Like, what type of vehicle do you use to do what you're doing? Yeah, Sean, you came to the right places. Everybody's giving you a whole lot of insight. What's up, child? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for a brother. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for a brother. Appreciate y'all very, very much. And I appreciate y'all, Lee. I appreciate you, Jay. I'm listening. I'm kind of sitting back reading the chat and seeing the advice that y'all getting. No, you good, Sean. This is what we do. See, this is the people that's talking to you, Sean. All of us are YouTube family, man. We support each other's channel. Don't ever think, man, this is what we do. If you notice, they all just kind of focus on you, and even myself, is because you ask for help. And that's what we do. I mean, anytime we can give out advice or help or anything like that, that's what we do here, man. And so don't think you hijacking anything. You ain't hijack nothing. Let me see what Leah say. Yeah, I remember. Like, I don't know if this will help. Also, and I remember when I would suggest to do it. Just also, I don't know if you're already doing this or not. Just get flyers that you write out, and I think kind of Leah might have touched on this. Just write out flyers. You know what I mean, and just put them in people's houses as much as you can if you haven't already done it. and if you can pre-price it on the flyer. That's all. I mean, door-to-door flyers, man. That's what I always do. That's how I got my business rolling. I just made flyers. What I would do when I was doing contractor work, I would like simple outside jobs that people would do, like not painting their railings and stuff like that. I would write out a contract, and I noticed your railings need to be painted, blah blah blah, and then I would just put it in their need a flyer at their house. And a lot of times I would get a lot of bites that way. They was like, yeah, I want my railings painted. I see you already put the price there, how much it would cost to paint it. And I got a lot of business that way. But that's a wonderful idea, Sean. Sean, we hoping, man, we gonna I'm hoping that your business thrives. I hope your business does well. And like I said, the other thing is just Sean, be reliable, man. Be a person of your word. Be reliable. Do the best job that you can. Make sure that if it's take pride in what you do. And I know people say, "Are you going to take pride in cleaning up poop?" Yes, take pride in what you do. No, anybody that see you take pride in what you do will always want to spend their money with you. I do not care as much as you. When you take pride in what you do, it stands out beyond the rest. Yeah, that's what I will focus on. And make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Make sure y'all taking advantage of that OG Network 26 promo code. That's OG Network 26 promo code. And therefore, you get 15% off of all of your purchase of $35 or more from top to bottom products. And I'm going to run that 30-second commercial, and we'll be right back. Y'all can stay in the chat, continue to talk.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Haha, we're back. Don't forget that OG Network 26 promo code. Get the 15% off of all of your purchase from top to bottom hair and skincare products of $35 or more. That's OG Network 26, $35 or more. Bam, you get that discount. Yeah, I would look at local businesses. Yep. I would also focus on like local businesses and stuff like that. Where business district where people walk their dogs a lot around businesses and stuff like that. Ain't nothing worse than a business having some dog poo outside their business. That don't look good for the business. Preferably a vet. Yeah, I like that idea. I love taking care of our vets as much as we can. But yeah, I like that idea. That's what's up, though. That's what's up, Sean. Hey, Leah and Jay, I appreciate y'all really jumping in there and giving him some insight and some advice. I really, really do. And I'm quite sure he does too. That was, that's what I love about this YouTube family we have. Yeah, that's some funny stuff. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I ain't thinking about that. That's funny though. That is actually funny. Talking poop on Friday. Hey, look, man. That's I love it. I love it. Yeah, I knew what you meant though. That is funny. And my thing is showing, yeah, and I agree with most of what they're saying. I really do. I agree. Um, I agree with what they're saying. They're giving you some sound advice, honestly speaking, and I think a lot of stuff. And like my only aspect is what I was saying was making sure you do the best. Make sure that I mean, like clean it up like it's like you're trying to prevent a crime, like you're trying to clean up a crime scene. Make sure there ain't no residue, there ain't no evidence of it ever being there. Be the best that you can. And I noticed that with me personally, I know that's one thing that's always seemed to stand out. Yeah, and I've always said that when that's what gives you, that's what puts you above everybody else. I mean, don't I mean clean it up like it's a crime scene. Like here's the thing, and I used to say this a long time ago, and it was like, oh, would you wash toilets for a living? I said, yeah, I would. Why wouldn't I? I said, don't you clean the toilet that you sit on? You don't wipe the seat, and you don't clean the toilet that you sit on and your behind on a regular. So if someone asked me, would you clean? Yeah, I would. And I said, and I'll be the best at it. I said, when I leave out of that bathroom or wherever I'm cleaning at, I said, it will be immaculate. Everybody will be questioning, like, who cleaned these bathrooms? Why are they always so clean? Like they smell good. I said, because your work speaks to who you are as an individual. And I said, you'll never have to worry about work. You'll never have to worry about that if if you do your job and you extremely good at what you do, you never have to worry about money because everybody gonna want your service. They just gonna want it. That's natural. If I wash cars, if I'm a person because I used to detail cars, and I kid you not, it was nothing for me to go through. We didn't do a whole lot of detail cars, but we wash cars on a regular basis. And I kid you not, I was washing anywhere from 50 to 70 cars a day at some point. Why? Because we just did it well. And the money took care of itself. We couldn't get up early enough and we couldn't stay up late enough. And we was just because we was great at what we did, people was willing to spend the money with us. And they wouldn't go nowhere else. They were loyal to it. Yes, a grateful attitude. That is it. Goes a long way. Yeah. You might want to go get one of them set up your truck like a like the poop buster, like a Ghostbuster. Go get you a Ghostbuster van or vehicle and set it up like the Ghostbusters van vehicle, but set it up like the poop busters. And had that sound, that Ghostbuster sound when you pull up on some poop. Like how you had to go and get a Ghostbusters thing, but you set it up like it's poop busters, and then you pull up the people's houses when you get a call. I got poop at my lawn. You pull up with that like the Ghostbusters and pull up on somebody's house, and you and your team jump out and start cleaning up the poop real fast and make sure it's clean, spotless, and then y'all clean it all up and jump back into the car real fast and pull off. They be like, "Did y'all see that? Who you gonna call? Poop busters?" Anytime you ride up, listen, people be caught, they be pooping just to be pooping. Listen, if he did that for real, people be throwing poop on the ground just to have them come by and watch, videotape them clean up poop. They be like, yo, let's call Poop Busters, man. Who? Poop Busters. What? You should see them, man. They like the Ghostbusters. They come up with these backpacks and they be cleaning up the poop and power washing the spot. You should see this. Watch, it's amazing. They'll be let's throw some poop on the ground. Call them. Watch this. They come out there. All you see is this Poop Buster vehicle come riding around the corner. Man, and the team jump out, clean up the poop. All right, man. See you later. Have a good day. Poop going. Who you gonna call? Poop Busters. Y'all know I'm just kidding. I'm acting a fool right now. called Poopy Eye. Which branch did you serve in? Oh, you talking to Sean? Y'all know I'm just acting a fool now, right? I didn't mention I serve while you doing detective work. Oh, that's what's up. I ain't afraid of no poop. Now, don't pay me. Don't pay me no attention. I mean, it might actually be something what I'm joking around about, but you know what I mean. You never know. Could you redo that? What the Spider-Man theme song? You call it instead of saying Spider-Man, Poop Man, Poop Man, cleans the poop as fast as he can. Pulls up on poop anytime, cleans the poop just like that. Look out! Here come the Poop Man. Let me stop acting a fool, y'all. We supposed to be having a serious moment. I'm acting a fool. Y'all know I'm acting a fool. My work is good for your souls. I like that. I like that a lot. But Sean, like I said, man, I appreciate it. Anytime, Sean, you know what I mean. You of course you now you part of the YouTube family, and oh, he was a Will McCann. Okay, Sean, that's what's up, man. And now you part of the YouTube family. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you keep us in touch, and then as you on here, man, just keep talking about your business. You never know. It might be somebody on our channel that's in your neighborhood looking for a poop man. I ain't trying to be funny when I say that, but I don't know how you can talk a conversation around poop and not see some humor. But yeah, man, I'm like, yeah. It's so, like, honestly speaking, I think that can turn into a really, really thriving business if you can find a way to add maybe a little humor into it too. Because I think that'd be a really thriving business. I never heard nobody going around cleaning up poop, but yeah, make sure on YouTube. Yeah, definitely, I agree with you. Yeah, make some shorts on YouTube. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's cool, but I'm like, yeah, honestly, I think that's a great idea. I just never heard of it, and I think that, man, continue rolling in that. No, don't continue rolling it. See what I mean? It's so much humor behind cleaning up poop, but I just think that's a great idea. Honestly, real talk, I think that's a great idea. I never heard of it, and I think that can really seriously turn into a thriving business. Because I don't think you have any much. I really don't even think you got competitors. And like I said, if you're doing it better than anybody else can, man, because people, people are squirming. I want to clean up everything. So my kudos to you, Sean, man. And you know, what I mean, my hope and my prayer is that you become one of the largest cleaners of that field out there. Yeah, catchy slogans make it easier to remember. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But you know what? It's funny because, especially if they got kids and stuff, and like, and he said it's hard just because of that, especially if they got kids in there, and you come up to clean up their stuff, and the kids looking outside, mommy, the poop man is here. Daddy, look, the poop man's outside. He's cleaning up the poop. The kids would they'd be ecstatic about it, especially if you come up in like a cartoon character, like if you let's say you dressed up like Ghostbusters or something like that, and your uniform kind of looks like a Ghostbuster uniform, kind of how you clean. Let's say you got like a back power washer, and it looks like a Ghostbuster kind of uniform. Every time you go to clean up stuff, and you got on like a cleaner that looks like a uniform, kids are amused by that type of stuff. And so that right there can also probably bring you a lot of business just because of the fact that how you showing up. Yeah. Yeah, I would buy stop. Yeah, I'm be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I really think that's going to something that if he stick to that, man, and he does it right, he can that can turn into a thriving business. I see that turning into a franchise if he do it right. If he do it right, that can turn into an actual franchise. Really, I think if Sean did that right, and he put the right type of gimmick behind it, that can turn into a major franchise all around the world. Yeah, you can use that. What's that? All around the world, same song, but I would switch it up. All around the world, poops gone. Yeah, I would, man. Yeah, it's so much you could do with that. Like, it's just honestly, I think that can turn into a major franchise. I just don't. I didn't when he said it at first. I was like, now my head is just swirling. Like, yo, Sean, man, I hope it. I hope you go great. I hope you really, really stick to that, and I hope you really, really grow, man. Because I think that thing can turn into something extremely lucrative. Yeah, we appreciate your time too, Sean. Appreciate your time, Fat Tatula. Appreciate your time. I appreciate it, Leah. I know you probably had to roll out, but if you're still hanging out in the background, appreciate your time. Litter, Russian roulette. Appreciate your time. I think it was a fun. We had a joyful time. I also have to get ready to go myself. And don't y'all forget to put in that promo code OG Network. That's OG Network 26. OG Network 26. That way you get a 15% off all your purchase of top to bottom hair and skincare products. That's OG Network 26. You get a 15% of all your purchases of top to bottom products of $35 and more. $35 or more, you get a 15% discount off of all your products. And we appreciate you go in and check out top to bottom hair and skincare. And check out top to bottom hair and skincare. They make awesome, wonderful product. I use their hair care products. I use their skincare products. I use their body wash. I use the deodorant. I use almost everything that they have. I also got my wonderful candle here that I need to blow out because I've been burning it too long because I don't listen. But just so y'all know, I got my candle here, my top to bottom candle, which I always burn in when I'm in this room. But like I said, all of y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. And outside of anything and everything that I say, Ron's opinion don't matter. But when it comes to having a relationship with Jesus Christ, please understand that is the one opinion that I stand on 100. Also, please check out the show later on, Fire on Fridays, with me and my brother, the Fat-tacular Show. We're going to get into Fire on Fridays, and we more likely going to have a conversation about open carry. But I think we kind of touched on it before. We're going to go back to this, ways you can carry your firearms, not you carry your firearms. I know we talked about this, but we're going to bring it back up again in this in the later on topic. Because I think it was a conversation that was brought up. So we'll have a conversation again on that. And believe me when I tell you, y'all have a blessed day. I really do. And here's the thing, you know what I mean? Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. You don't get but so much time to be here. Don't have no hate in you. Strive for greatness. Be ambitious. Be courageous. Love God as God loves you. Don't take anything for granted. Appreciate every little thing that ever happens that comes in your life, good and bad, because it's only to make you, not to break you. And with that said, the Child Show, appreciate you too. Glad to have you on the show. Glad to have you here. And with that said, and all y'all that are out here and y'all trying to, make it in this world that we call Earth, just don't take it for granted. You don't have a lot of time here. Enjoy every moment. You know what I mean? And I'm telling y'all from personal experience, God is good. And there's nothing in this world worth not having a relationship with him. Having a relationship with God is the best thing you can do with your life. And he will lead you and direct you in all your cares and all your concerns. If you lean on him, he'll direct your path. We can only give you instructions, but he can give you the strength. We can only give you our perspective, but he can open your eyes and he can open up the doors. And he can tell you to lead you the direction because he knows the beginning and he knows the end. We only know part of the story, not all the story. But y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. And make sure y'all check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. Make sure y'all use the OG Network 26. And make sure y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. And check out the last 30-second commercial. And after that, I'm out of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. Peace!
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.